Hi guys, today I want to do something different. So I'm going to show you some of the vintage items that I have. And in this case I'm talking about t-shirts. So when I say vintage, I'm talking about, in the last 20 years or 20 years or more for the most part. Some of these are like 30 years or more. So now I'm going to first of all point out the t-shirt that I have on, which is not vintage, but it's a vintage show, so to speak. And a show from the 60s, the Batman show, including Robin from the 60s. So not a vintage shirt, but a vintage show. Now, let me show you some of the t-shirts that I brought in because, I have a bit of a t-shirt collection. You may have noticed if you watch often. But let me start with this one. This is actually a shirt designed by someone I knew in high school, and he was quite an artist. I'm not sure what he's up to these days. I have no clue. Can't have never found any Facebook or anything for him, so I don't know. But this is by a guy named Bobby Falco. I believe well, no, I know he designed it because his name is on here. At least I believe that's who that is. But anyway, someone at high school did this. And it was for a what we called mock rock show. And this one was for 86, as you see here. So yeah, mock rock 86. And I just really like this design. Now, other than this, it's going to be shirts that you recognize what they are. But I really wanted to show this because it's so different. The other thing I think it has significance is, there was a situation with three of us in high school that last year I was there, and to me this looks a lot like me, and this represents the other two guys in my mind. I don't know about his. So anyway, this is for mock rock, and it says wanted, and then I'm not sure if that's a word in the middle or not, but anyway, I think it's just a shape. I just thought this was really cool, so wanted to show you that. And a couple of these do have stains, unfortunately, so um, from age. Now let me show you this shirt. This is, I think, one of my favorites of all time, and I'm going to take them off the hanger. This is an original PacMan shirt from the early 80s. So, you're talking 38 years ago, approximately, depending on what year it was. As you can see, it's yellow. The imprint or decal, whatever you want to call that, is still in pretty good shape for all these years. Now, I haven't worn this in years, and actually I tried to put it on a little bit ago. It's just a little tight. I would have been like 14, 15 when I got this. So, just a few years ago. And but I still love it, and I've kept it all these years. It's in pretty good shape. This one doesn't have any stains. Of course, it's a little faded, but not too badly for that long of a time period. Now, let me show you this. Oops, wait a minute. This one. This is from one of my favorite singers, and that's Patti LaBelle. She's got such a great voice. And this was from her Be Yourself album and tour. So I love this whole, I love the whole message of Be Yourself. And there's a lot of great songs on that album. But also this t-shirt is just great. And it looks, again, pretty good for as old as it is. And I can't say what year that one was, but I would say early 90s is my guess. Okay. Speaking of female singers, this one you might recognize. Now, this is from 1990, and unfortunately, it does have a couple stains that I'm going to try to get out. But this is from Madonna's Blonde Ambition tour, and you can see that actually on the back, and it says 1990. So I would have gotten it in 90 or 90, could have been early 91. So I've had it since then, so 30 years. And I still love this. I have a picture where I'm wearing this. We're on a trip to Washington, D.C., and it's one of my favorite pictures ever of myself. And not because I'm wearing this, but that's part of it. It's because it just looked so damn good, and so did I. Just being honest, but yeah, I love this picture of her, by the way. So one more time, let me show you that picture. Madonna, Blonde Ambition. Okay. So, and speaking of trip to New Orleans, I think I mentioned that, but if not, I did that in 1991. I was there, and I bought this shirt in New Orleans at the time, and I just love it. So it's quite old at this point, 29 years. Nothing really on the back. And, the other thing about that is that teal color is very symbolic of the time period. Teal was a big color in some parts of the 80s and 90s. I'm not sure exactly when, but now on that trip to Washington D.C. where I had taken that picture in the Madonna shirt, I had two trips to Washington D.C. about around 6-year period. I bought this there, and I just thought that was a really cool shirt. So, yeah, I like this one. It just says, let me see what it says. Well, Washington, D.C., what a shock. So I guess that's the Washington Monument, and I'm assuming the Capitol Building, Lincoln Memorial, and Jefferson Memorial, I believe, is what it's all pictured here. Let me get a better view of that. I love the iridescence of this, and again, it's pretty old and in great shape. And that's one thing I like about black or blue, dark blue shirts is you don't have to worry about stains as much. I mean, when you've got the white t-shirts, that's always a problem, especially if you eat in them. Nowadays, I don't eat in these kind of t-shirts. Like even this one, I don't eat in it. I only use it for like videos or things like that they're not going to be food involved. For that very reason. And I have shirts that I wear around the house or that I eat in that are t-shirts that are just plain old t-shirts, nothing special. Okay, and then this one that I want to show you is X-rated, so I'm not going to be showing you the whole thing. I'm going to be showing you, it's a Tom of Finland design or drawing, or I think it's a drawing. And it's printed on this by the way, it's a Lee Total Cotton shirt, and it's just really good quality, and the fabric is very heavy. Which, by the way, it has the Tom of Finland seal or symbol on the back. And then on the front, let me fold this so that, not the whole thing is showing, since I don't want it to be booted off YouTube. But this is the part that, oops, I don't want it to drop either. This is the part I'm going to show you. And then, he's got his hand, and there's another part showing that I'm not showing you because this is a family channel. No, I'm kidding. It's not a family channel. It's also, by the way, not for children, this channel. So anyway, I just like this a lot, and I thought it was a cool shirt. And I don't remember where I got it, but it's been quite a long time. I'd say at least 20 years ago that I got this. Okay, I had to grab a few more shirts. So this shirt is from the TV show that's now, I believe, the longest running TV show of all time, and definitely the longest running animated TV show. You guys know what that is? The Simpsons, right. So I had two Simpsons t-shirts from years ago. This is one of them. The other one got ruined, unfortunately, but I still have the decal part. But I wanted to bring this one in and show you guys this. I thought this was fun. Now, the interesting part about this is, besides the fact that it's a pretty big shirt and it's dark blue, which I like, none of the main characters are pictured. So I thought that was kind of different. But yeah, nothing on the back. It's just the front part, but I like that shirt. Okay, now this shirt that I want to show you is not vintage, so this is one of the ones that's not vintage. It's probably the only one. But I brought it because it's such a shirt that I love so much, because I so appreciate the work of Niall Demarco and his foundation that he did, Niall Demarco Foundation. He does such wonderful work for the hearing impaired community all over the world, and he does a lot online. He's just amazing. And, he's not exactly hard on the eyes either. So, but he's just a beautiful soul, as it says. and I so appreciate him. So yeah, Niall is that one. And then I think I've got one more to wrap it up. Let me see here. It's kind of caught. Yeah, this one is from 2001, so it's 19 years old. And this is from one of my favorite movie franchises. In fact, it is my favorite movie franchise of all time, The Planet of the Apes. Now, here's what's on the back, which I love. Rule the planet. And this is from the most controversial Planet of the Apes movie from 2001, I believe this was. 2000 or 2001, but I think it's 2001. This is the Tim Burton version, and it was very controversial because people thought it was not very well made and the ending was really bad. I disagreed. In fact, there's a small minority of Planet of the Apes fans that feel the way I do. But I don't think it's bad at all. I liked it a lot, and I think the highlights are the makeup, the costumes, the story. I still thought the story was good. And just, some of the characters. So, some of the performances, too. There were things about it I didn't like, few things, but overall I really liked it. I would have loved to have seen a second movie from that. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed something completely different today, showing some of my t-shirt collection, and especially mostly the vintage ones. And I've enjoyed collecting them. I have probably 20 more in my closet, but they're not vintage. So today I wanted to focus mostly on the vintage ones, and I hope you enjoyed it. And take care, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.